Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Smitha. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be testing out Rare Beauty by Selena Gomez. I'm going to show you how I went from this to this using all of the products. I bought everything myself, and I'm also going to be showing you which ones were a hit and a miss on me and why. So if you're ready, let's begin. And if you want to watch more videos like these, let me know. And if you're new here, please take a moment to subscribe. I post new videos every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. Now, without further ado, let's begin. I'm going to be starting with the 4-in-1 Hydrating Mist. This can be used for skin prep as well as to set your makeup after you're done. First things first, I like that the mist is really fine. It almost feels like a cloud on your face, so that feels really nice and refreshing. And it made my skin feel very fresh and glowy and hydrated. And when I say glowy, I don't mean the oily, sticky, greasy kind of glowy. This is that healthy glow. And to add to the glow, I'm going to be using the Illuminating Primer. This is a water-based gel primer. Now, I personally love gel primers because the consistency is so smooth on the skin. And with that, this primer also hydrates and illuminates the skin. As soon as I applied it, it gave me that beautiful pearlized glow. It's also very lightweight. It almost feels like there's nothing on your skin. And I think that's the whole concept of Rare Beauty, to make everything look as natural as possible and as minimalistic as possible. I'm going to quickly color correct in areas where I have hypopigmentation because the foundation is a medium coverage foundation and my hypopigmentation will show through if I don't color correct. And I'm using a different brand because Rare Beauty has not yet come up with any color correctors. And because I used a very light color, I'm not going to be even setting it with powder. I'm going to go directly with the foundation on top of this. This is the Liquid Touch Weightless Foundation and I got the shade 360W. I'm using the applicator directly on my face for the sake of this tutorial. Usually I will take it on a separate tray and use it just for sanitation purpose. And for that reason, I don't like applicators like these for foundations. I prefer pumps instead. But it's not a big deal, it's just my personal preference. Also, I'm using a dry sponge to blend this out because this foundation feels very lightweight and very watery. I don't want the sponge to absorb too much product. So I did not dampen the sponge. It's a dry sponge and it's applying beautifully. It says it's a medium to buildable full coverage foundation, and I can see how that works because it's completely covering all the imperfections, as you can see. But it's giving me that very natural finish. It doesn't feel cakey or anything, and it has that beautiful glow which I live for. And I bought the brightening concealer in the shade 330N. I'm mostly going to be using this to conceal and spot correct around my eyes and around my mouth. I'm going to be blending it out with the same sponge that I used for the foundation because there's going to be some residue of foundation left in the sponge. That's going to mix with the concealer and give me a seamless blend. So I just use the same sponge for everything. And as you can see, I have discoloration on my lids, and this concealer pretty much covered everything. So it's a beautiful concealer, had no problem blending it out. We just have to see if it's going to crease now. Overall, the foundation and the concealer blended beautifully and gave me that beautiful glow that I live for. And to prevent this from creasing, I used the blotting puff. Now, this puff is pre-loaded with powder, but soon I realized that this is not going to be good enough for me to set around the eyes because I crease very easily. So I used a different powder to set around my eyes, but for my face, I used the powder puff. Again, everybody's needs are so different when it comes to powder. If you don't crease very easily and if you don't have very many fine lines, this puff might work wonders for you. But when I patted it on my face, what it did is it removed all the excess makeup, which I didn't need, so it blotted it. And then I think it's infused with some kind of a radiant powder, so it still kept the glow on my face. It did not mattify it completely. And then I'm using the mist again on my face to lock my base makeup in so it doesn't move. For brows, I'm going to be using the Brow Harmony pencil and gel. It has a triangular shaped pencil on one side and the gel is on the other side with the spoolie. So you most definitely can fill in your brows as well as go for that feathered out look by using the gel from the other side. I bought the shade Soft Black and I did not realize how pigmented this pencil is. Usually when it comes to brow pencil, it's subtle, but this is pigmented, so a little goes a long way. I only filled in the sparse areas using very fine strokes, and even with that, my brows started looking pretty dark, so I did not use the gel side. But if you have lighter brows, you can most definitely use both the products simultaneously to give you that feathered out, filled in look. I saw Selena using the blush for eye makeup as well, so it's multi-purpose. So I'm going to be using the Soft Pinch Liquid Blush in the shade Love to carve out my crease, and I'm also going to be using it in my lower lash line. The product starts out super pigmented, but it's very easy to blend and it gives a beautiful feathered out look. And this also sets pretty well after you've blended it out and it doesn't move and adds just the right amount of color. And this color of blush is my favorite. It's called Love. And then using the Perfect Strokes Matte Liquid Liner, I'm going to line my top lash line, pulling out a small wing in the outer corner and extending it slightly in the inner corner. This has got to be my favorite product of them all. If you ask me to pick one product, this is it. It's got everything that I want. It's like a perfect eyeliner for me. It's waterproof, it's matte, it doesn't give you that shine, it's long lasting. You can draw ultra fine lines or thick lines, however you prefer, and it's precise every single time. I love this product. They don't yet have a mascara, so I'm using the Roller Lash from Benefit Cosmetics to finish up the eye look, and here it is. To add a flush of color on my cheeks, I decided to use a different color blush than what I used on my eyes. This is in the shade Joy. And as you can see, it feels so pigmented when you apply it, but it blends like a dream. This shade is very subtle for my skin tone. When I just need that flush of color, I will probably use this, but I think I will reach out to Love, the other shade that I used on my eyes, a lot more than this one. I saw that Selena was using so many beautiful red lipsticks on her and it suits her so beautifully. She looks absolutely stunning. So I just decided to use a wine red shade on my lip as well. The one that I'm using is the Lip Souffle Matte Lip Cream in the shade Transform. This is a true wine red, as you can see. The color is rich, it feels very comfortable. It's an air-whipped lip cream and feels very velvety. It doesn't weigh you down, it's not drying, but at the same time, just keep in mind it's not transfer proof. And here's the completed look, and I am a big fan of this line, and I'll tell you why. It takes me back to the 70s and 80s when makeup felt like makeup. It wasn't too cakey, it wasn't too drying, it didn't clog. Nowadays, I feel like everything is extra drying because they want the makeup to last longer. They want it to be waterproof and smudge proof and whatnot. And rightly so, they make it very drying. And this doesn't feel so. It almost has like a serum-like texture. It feels very lightweight on the face. It feels very natural. And if you see most of the red carpet looks nowadays go for that very natural glowy look. And that's precisely what this brand brings. I was a little skeptical about the foundation to begin with because I wasn't sure how it was going to cover my imperfections, but you saw how it covered it. So I'm pretty happy about that as well. Although I understand the brand's concept to make everything look natural, I think introducing a very finely milled powder to set in areas where we have fine lines will be very nice because the powder puff I know will not work on me, especially in areas with fine lines. It's nice to set the face and give that natural glowy look, but definitely not to set concealer. But it's a great product, especially on the go when you need immediate touch-ups. Overall, Rare Beauty is a big yes for me. Congratulations, Selena, on such a beautiful product line. That's it, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you want to check out information on any of the products that I used today, you'll find that in the description box right below this video, along with my social media links in case you plan to follow me there. I love you guys so much, and I will see you soon with a brand new one. Bye, guys.